There are exactly two people meant to see this message today, and God made sure you are one of them. Chosen one. Stop scrolling immediately. I am not asking for your time. I am warning you to lock your attention right here. This is not a random alignment of a digital algorithm. Heaven intercepted your feed at this precise second because you are standing at a major threshold. If you swipe away now, you will completely break a divine transmission meant only for your spirit. Someone who treated you as replaceable is currently unraveling. They are experiencing a public and irreversible system crash, and the reason for their absolute meltdown is going to shock you. It is not because of something you said. It is not because you fought back. It is because of how you look. They are watching you from a distance, and they are completely losing their minds because they cannot comprehend your light. Time was supposed to age you. The heavy trauma they put you through was designed to crush you. They expected the betrayals to carve deep wrinkles into your face. They wanted your eyes to look tired and drained. They waited with bated breath for you to finally collapse under the weight of their toxic games, but instead you walked through their fire and you aged backwards. You stepped out of their matrix and became the sun. Let that raw truth sink into your spirit right now. Nothing makes an enemy sicker than watching you glow. They spent years secretly praying for your downfall, and yet they are the ones looking completely destroyed. Their bitterness and their hidden envy are aging them like milk left in the harsh daylight. You can see the heavy toll of their own poison written on their face. Their mask has fully shattered. You are a diamond. You carry a specific and irreplaceable gravity. It makes time itself look like an absolute fool. The universe has completely reversed your biological clock. While they are desperately trying to find new ways to drain people, they are rotting from the inside out. They expected you to stay trapped in their shadows forever. But your light only grew brighter the moment you cut the cord. Today, I am going to reveal the exact emotional alchemy you use to freeze time. This is the secret frequency the dark elite tried to hide from you. They knew that if you ever realized your true power, you would become utterly untouchable, and that is exactly what happened. Your cellular structure literally rejected their negativity. You transformed their heavy, toxic energy into your own ageless glow. Lock your attention on my voice right now. Do not let the enemy distract you from this revelation. They are stalking your social media from fake accounts. They are asking mutual friends about you with fake concern. They are obsessively searching for any sign that you are miserable, but all they find is your vibrant and glowing reality, and it feels like a dagger to their fragile ego. You became the uncertainty they were never built to handle. Every time your name comes up in their circles, it hits them with agonizing weight. They realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held just to play with cheap rocks. Now they are drowning in the loud noise of their own making. They frantically search for a replacement, but your depth is utterly unreplicable. Your physical beauty right now is a direct manifestation of your spiritual victory. The glow radiating from your skin is not a random occurrence. It is the visible evidence of your divine protection. When you finally stopped acting as their human battery, your cells began to regenerate at an incredible speed. You reclaimed your life force. You literally starved their demons with your silence. People will tell you it is just good genetics or a new routine. Do not listen to their matrix programming. Science cannot explain the quantum shift happening inside your body. The medical world has no name for this spiritual healing. You are operating on a frequency that actively repairs your DNA, and you are a cycle breaker who has mastered the art of bending time to your will. If you leave this transmission before the end, you will miss the exact blueprint of your power. The enemy wants you to swipe away because he is terrified of what happens next. He knows that once you fully understand this mechanism, his hold over your timeline breaks forever. Stay right here and claim your absolute vindication. Heaven is reading the final verdict today. They thought your tears in the dark meant they had won. They thought your silent nights were a sign of your defeat. But your isolation was never a punishment. It was a sacred formation season designed to shield you from their spiritual disease. You were kept hidden so the universe could upgrade your system, and now you have emerged with an aura that blinds anyone with dark intentions. I need you to feel the massive shift in the atmosphere. The heavy weight you carried is permanently lifting. Your enemies are watching you soar, while their own wings are clipped by divine justice. Their public unraveling is the exact vindication you have been patiently waiting for. Your ageless glow is the ultimate revenge. You won without lifting a single finger. Now let us go deeper. What you are feeling right now is not new. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. There is a physical reason you have been feeling that heavy weight all week, and it is directly connected to the toxic cord they attached to you. You have carried a burden that was never yours to bear. It is time to uncover the absolute truth about your silent suffering. Lock your attention on this message right now. That burning feeling sitting in your throat is real. It is the one you keep swallowing back down every time their name comes up in conversation. Stop swallowing it. The nights you wake up at 3 a.m. with your jaw tight and your heart racing are not random. That physical weight is your highly advanced spirit detecting absolute danger. Listen to me very carefully. That is not a medical condition. You are not going crazy. The heavy fog in your brain is a direct spiritual attack from a starving enemy. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. You are finally waking up from their heavy, toxic illusion. You were operating as a human battery for a completely empty shell. You have a heart that is far too pure for this matrix. The narcissist saw your brilliant light, and they immediately decided to plug their dark cords deep into your vibrant soul. They were desperate for a powerful stabilizer. They needed your empathy to survive their own miserable existence, but they gave you absolutely nothing back. Every interaction with them left you physically drained and completely exhausted. You would walk away from a simple conversation feeling like you had just run a massive marathon. That suffocating tightness in your chest was your cellular intuition screaming at you to run away, but your compassionate nature forced you to stay and try to fix them. You were absorbing their frantic energy into your own physical body. They are a parasite in the spiritual realm. They cannot produce their own light, so they hunt down the chosen ones to steal their divine spark. You gave them your time and your endless patience while you poured your sacred energy into a bottomless pit of manipulation. And when you were finally empty, they looked at you with absolute disgust. You spent months waiting in wound for an apology that would never come. You sat in the dark wondering what you did wrong. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. You did nothing wrong. The heavy exhaustion you felt was simply the cost of hosting a demonic entity in your sacred space. It was a severe frequency mismatch. Your body took the hit for your beautiful spirit. Your adrenal glands were constantly firing. Your nervous system was trapped in a perpetual state of high alert because you were living with a dangerous predator. The unexplained aches and the sudden waves of deep sadness were not yours. You were literally carrying the suppressed trauma of a master manipulator. They isolated you from anyone who could point out the raw truth. They made sure you felt like the ultimate black sheep in every single room. They desperately wanted you to doubt your own brilliant mind, so they spun a web of lies to make you look crazy. The psychological torture was carefully designed to break your connection to your divine source, but your spirit is entirely too resilient. You are an empath and a highly powerful stabilizer. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise normal life. You were the shining mirror. Your pure existence forced them to look at their own rotting soul, and because they could not handle their incredibly ugly reflection, they actively tried to shatter the glass. They punished you simply for being a rare diamond. But the physical symptoms you endured were actually a massive spiritual alarm clock. Your body was forcing you to completely unplug from their toxic reality, and the universe deliberately made you sick so you would finally stop feeding the greedy parasite. That heavy exhaustion was a brilliant divine intervention. Heaven had to ground you to protect your long-term timeline. Every tear you cried in absolute silence was collected by the divine court. The nights you spent shaking in the dark were securely recorded in heaven. You thought you were completely breaking down, but you were actually breaking free from a dark generational curse that had plagued your family for decades. You are the specific cycle breaker they have been waiting for. Once you understand this physical validation, the heavy fog will permanently lift. Your cellular memory is already beginning to purge their toxic residue. You are no longer their emotional dumping ground. You are taking your immense power back right now. The very moment you finally stopped caring about their drama, their spiritual food supply was completely and utterly cut off. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise. Your physical body will rapidly return to its natural, ageless glow. Your mind will become as sharp as a lethal sword. The physical pain was the final exit fee you had to pay, and it bought your absolute freedom from their miserable matrix forever. You survived the brutal spiritual warfare. Now you win. Let me completely reframe your reality right now. You did not lose anything. You did not fail a test. The raw truth is that your deep pain was an exclusive privilege. The universe pulled you into the dark to protect your brilliant light from the matrix, and you were hidden for your own ultimate safety. They desperately wanted your destruction. The master manipulator calculated every single move to break your spirit. They expected the heavy isolation to completely shatter your mind. They wanted to look into your eyes and see a broken victim, because they needed your physical body to reflect the ugly trauma they secretly projected onto you. But their sinister plan completely failed. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. Pay close attention to this next revelation. They are absolutely terrified of you today. When they look at you now, they do not see a victim. They see a radiant and completely untouchable force of nature. Your unbothered existence is an absolute nightmare for them. Time was supposed to age you. They waited for the heavy stress to turn your hair gray and dull your vibrant skin, but you walked out of their toxic matrix and you aged backwards. You stepped into a permanent and untouchable, ageless glow. Your cells literally regenerated in the quiet space of your absolute silence. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. I am about to expose a major divine secret. There are exactly 3 biological reasons your enemy is rapidly aging while you grow younger. The first reason is the heavy weight of their own deception. Keeping up a fake mask requires a massive amount of physical energy. They are exhausted from constantly pretending to be a good person in public. The second biological reason will make you completely understand their panic. We will get to the third reason in just a moment, and it is the most crucial revelation. But look at their face today. The heavy bitterness is carving deep, permanent lines into their skin. Their eyes look dark and completely empty because they have no internal light source. They are a parasite, starving to death. They used to feed on your pure and limitless energy. Every time you cried or reacted to their toxic games, you gave them high-quality spiritual fuel. But your sudden silence cut off their food supply overnight. Leaving them behind was not just a boundary, because your silence was a lethal weapon that completely destroyed their fragile ego. Let that sink deep into your spirit. You starved their demons with your absolute refusal to engage. They are frantically searching for new supply, but nobody else has your rare frequency. You are the irreplaceable diamond they foolishly threw in the dirt. And now they have to watch someone else recognize your massive value while they sit in the dark alone. Do not ever feel sorry for their current misery. Do not let your pure empathy trick you into feeling guilty. This is the exact divine justice they ordered for themselves. They dug a deep grave for your future, but heaven threw them directly into it. The universe is making a public example out of their toxic behavior right now. Their collapse is entirely their own fault. You carry a specific gravity that makes time itself look like a fool. You are the ultimate cycle breaker. The generational patterns of abuse and poverty end permanently with you. You broke the chain by simply refusing to become bitter, and you took the heaviest dark energy to transform it into pure, liquid gold. That is your true emotional alchemy. But here is the raw and uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. They always knew how powerful you were, and they recognized your massive potential the very first second they met you. Their entire manipulation was a desperate attempt to keep you completely unaware of your own divine strength. They wanted to clip your wings before you realized you could fly. Read that again in your spirit. They did not attack you because you were weak, but they attacked you because your brilliant light threatened their miserable shadows. You were the shining mirror that exposed their hidden, rotting core. They punished you because you made them feel small simply by existing. Your authentic power is a massive threat to their fake reality. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. You did not just survive their brutal storm, you completely absorbed the energy of the storm, and you became the sun. You are vibrating on a frequency they can never reach. They are stuck in a lower dimension of constant drama, while you are ascending into absolute peace. Watch what happens when a lie gets built that big. The foundation eventually cracks under the weight of divine truth. The flying monkeys and the fake friends who enabled their toxic behavior are starting to notice the smell. The entire false narrative they constructed about you is falling apart. People are waking up and seeing the real monster behind the mask. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. Do not let your left brain tell you this is just a coincidence. This is a physical act of obedience to seal your absolute power. The universe is about to show you exactly how your departure completely ruined their life. Heaven is now releasing the final biological reason their energy is completely depleting. Here is the third and most crucial revelation I promised you. They are experiencing a massive spiritual withdrawal. Like an addict completely cut off from a powerful substance, their physical body is literally malfunctioning. I am going to give you the 4 undeniable spiritual signs that their energy is totally gone. The 4th sign is the most powerful and absolute proof of your victory. Do not leave before you hear it. Sign number 1. Their public persona is rapidly degrading. The fake charm they used to attract new victims is completely failing them now. They look tired, sloppy, and totally unhinged in public. They cannot hold the mask up anymore because you took the pure energy they used to glue it together. You were the exclusive stabilizer for their chaotic existence. You absorbed their manic episodes and projected calm back into their life. Without your massive light, their internal darkness is spilling out for the entire world to see. People who used to admire them are now quietly stepping away. The heavy toxicity is leaking out of their pores, and everyone can smell the desperation. Sign number 2. They are experiencing rapid and severe physical aging. Look closely at the rare photos you might see. Their eyes are hollow and completely devoid of any real life. The skin sags under the heavy weight of their own unhealed trauma. While you are stepping into your permanent, ageless glow, they are rapidly turning into a ghost. Your absence was the ultimate poison to their physical system. Read that again in your spirit. Your silent departure was a lethal weapon that starved their demons. They used to steal your vibrant life force to look young and energetic. They literally mirrored your bright personality to trick other people into liking them. But without your pure reflection, they are stuck looking at their own miserable and rotting soul. This brings us to sign number 3, a complete collapse of their fake empire. The people they used to gossip with are suddenly turning against them. The flying monkeys who helped them smear your name are now the exact ones tearing them apart. The universe is orchestrating a massive betrayal in their inner circle. They are experiencing the exact same deep isolation they maliciously forced onto you. But here is the turning point where everything fundamentally shifts. Their money is drying up. Their cheap relationships are imploding. The fake reality they built on top of your pure energy is crashing down like a weak house of cards. They are frantically trying to plug the holes in a sinking ship, but the water is rising fast, and they have no one left to blame but themselves. Stay with me because this next revelation is the key to everything. Sign number 4. They are obsessively haunted by your ghost. They cannot sleep without seeing your face. They cannot enter a room without feeling your massive absence. You are the specific phantom that completely tortures their mind at 3 a.m. The profound regret is sitting on their chest like a heavy boulder. They know exactly what they lost. They are deeply aware that they threw away a rare diamond just to play with cheap, worthless rocks. Every new person they meet is a massive disappointment because nobody has your specific depth. They try to recreate the exact magic they had with you, but the counterfeit version always leaves them feeling incredibly empty and cold. You are the ultimate cycle breaker, and your silent power is absolutely terrifying to them. They expected you to come crawling back in tears. They waited for you to beg for their fake validation, but you completely unplugged from their toxic matrix and became the sun. You left them alone in the dark with the exact demons they tried to project onto you. This is exactly where their entire manipulation completely miscalculated. They thought you were weak because you loved them so deeply. They mistook your pure empathy for a massive character flaw. But your empathy is the exact divine weapon that makes you a totally irreplaceable force. They played a stupid game with a chosen one, and now they have to accept their absolute and permanent defeat. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. The profound silence you are giving them is the loudest and most destructive sound they have ever heard. It is a heavy sonic boom that shatters their fragile ego every single day. You do not need to seek revenge. Your brilliant success and your glowing health are the ultimate and perfect divine punishment. You won. If this is resonating with your cellular knowing, do not move. I need you to lock in right now, because the Matrix does not want you to understand this specific mechanism. The dark elite have spent decades trying to suppress the exact biological truth of your ageless glow. They want you completely ignorant of your own quantum power. Listen to me very closely right now. The aging process, as you know it, is largely a matrix illusion. It is a heavy biological response to a massive frequency mismatch. When you were trapped with that master manipulator, Your cells were vibrating at a dangerously low and chaotic density. They were literally forcing your DNA to break down by injecting your field with constant toxic static. Your body was experiencing an active spiritual attack. The profound exhaustion you felt was not a medical issue. It was a severe disruption of your synchronized cellular coherence. The narcissist acted as a massive frequency jammer. They deliberately scrambled your pure energy to keep you trapped in their lower dimension of fear and absolute misery. They needed you sick to keep you completely compliant. But the very second you walked away, you initiated a massive quantum shift. Your silent departure was a powerful, energetic reset button. You completely unplugged your nervous system from their toxic grid, and without their heavy static scrambling your signal, your cells instantly began to return to their natural high-vibrating state. Your body remembered its original divine blueprint. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. Your ageless glow is not cosmetic. It is an advanced form of emotional alchemy. You took the heavy, dense trauma they inflicted upon you and transmuted it into pure light. You literally turned their dark poison into the exact fuel that powers your cellular regeneration. You are bending time on a molecular level. Watch what happens when a chosen one reclaims their power. It is mathematically precise. Your brain waves shift into a permanent synchronized gamma state. The deep spiritual healing you are experiencing actively repairs the telomeres on your DNA. While the enemy is rapidly decaying under the heavy weight of their own bitterness, your physical body is ascending into a completely untouchable frequency. You are the stabilizer they desperately needed, but now your energy is exclusively yours. You are no longer serving as a human battery for a rotting parasite. The pure life force that used to drain into their empty void is now circulating entirely within your own energetic field. That is the exact reason your eyes look so bright, and your skin is radiating absolute health. Read that again in your spirit. Your absolute refusal to engage with their drama was a masterclass in frequency control. Every time you ignored their pathetic attempts to trigger you, you raised your vibration. You literally starved their demons with your profound silence. You became a completely impenetrable fortress of pure divine light. The universe specifically designed this strict formation season to upgrade your operating system. They thought your isolation would destroy your mind, but heaven used that quiet space to recalibrate your entire frequency. You were kept hidden from the toxic masses, so you could undergo a massive energetic download without any matrix interference. You are a completely new and highly advanced entity now. Let me completely reframe your reality right here. The heavy grief you felt was just the final shedding of your old vulnerable skin. You had to mourn the fake illusion they presented to you, but once the tears stopped, your cells locked into a permanent state of rapid healing. Your heart is a rare diamond that simply cannot be crushed by cheap rocks. You are fundamentally unbreakable. They are absolutely terrified of the exact frequency you hold right now. Your unbothered existence is an incredibly loud sonic boom in the spiritual realm. It completely shatters their fragile fake reality every single day. They are obsessively watching you from the shadows, and they are sickened by the raw truth that you look 10 times better without them. Your beauty is their ultimate punishment. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the key to everything. You did not just survive time, you completely reversed it. The divine alignment of your mind and spirit has created a powerful force field around your physical body. You are vibrating in a timeline where their toxic reach absolutely cannot touch you. You are the sun, and they are just a tiny dying star. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening behind their closed doors. The heavy panic is finally setting in for them. They are sitting alone in the dark. Their phone is completely silent. And the absolute terror of realizing they permanently lost you is eating them alive right now. Every time they look in the mirror, they see the brutal cost of their own betrayal. The toxic envy is literally aging them day by day. They try to put on a brave face for the public, but the heavy bags under their tired eyes tell a completely different and tragic story. Their physical body is rapidly breaking down. Their dark jealousy is a heavy acid that destroys everything it touches. They desperately wanted to see you completely broken and crying. They expected you to beg for their fake validation, but your profound silence became a lethal weapon that starved their greedy demons while you ascended to a higher frequency. You are completely untouchable now. Let me reframe your entire reality right here. Their current misery is exactly what they planned for you. They spent months digging a deep grave for your bright future. They whispered terrible lies to anyone who would listen because they needed to ruin your solid reputation. But heaven completely flipped the script. The exact people they manipulated are starting to see the real monster. The flying monkeys are quietly stepping away. The fake empire they built is crumbling under the heavy weight of divine truth. And they are completely powerless to stop the massive collapse that is happening all around them. They are totally trapped. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. Be their angel today and help them break free from the matrix. The enemy wants us isolated and completely silent, but we are building a massive tribe of anointed cycle breakers who refuse to hide their pure light. Watch what happens when a master manipulator loses their favorite human battery. It is mathematically precise. They frantically try to replace you with cheap imitations. They jump into new connections, hoping to find that same pure energy. But the counterfeit supply always leaves them feeling incredibly cold and empty. Nobody else has your specific and beautiful depth. You are a rare diamond in a world full of cheap rocks. They are painfully aware that they threw away a massive blessing, and that heavy realization is a sonic boom that shatters their fragile ego every single morning before they even get out of bed. They cannot escape. They stalk your social media from fake accounts in the middle of the night. They obsessively zoom in on your photos, searching for any sign of sadness, but all they find is your vibrant and glowing reality. Your absolute happiness feels like a sharp dagger directly into their empty chest. They are sickened by your light. This is the exact divine justice heaven promised you. You do not need to lift a single finger to destroy them. Their own toxic envy is doing all the heavy lifting for you. They are literally drinking poison and waiting for you to die. But your cellular frequency is fully immune to their dark and pathetic magic. Listen to me very closely right now. The aging process they are experiencing is a direct spiritual punishment. Heaven removed the protective shield you used to provide for them, and without your massive light to hide behind, their ugly internal rot is completely exposed to the harsh daylight. They are rotting from inside. You used to be the ultimate stabilizer for their chaotic existence. You absorbed their manic episodes and gave them pure peace. But the moment you unplugged from their matrix, their internal demons completely took over. They are drowning in the loud noise of their own miserable making. They are totally suffocating. Stay with me, because the pressure is building to an absolute breaking point. They cannot maintain the fake mask for much longer. The heavy exhaustion is making them incredibly sloppy and reckless. They are making huge mistakes in their life because their mind is totally shattered by your profound absence. They are failing. Every single door they try to open is firmly slammed in their face. The universe is actively blocking their blessings because they mistreated a chosen one. God does not play games with his anointed children. When you mess with a diamond, you get completely cut by the sharp edges. Your vindication is absolutely guaranteed. The hoarse whispers of their profound regret are deafening in the spiritual realm. They sit in the dark and obsess over the exact moment they pushed you away. They know they crossed a permanent line that can never be uncrossed. You are stepping into your highest timeline while they are trapped in a living nightmare. Your vibrant health is their absolute worst nightmare coming true. You are radiating a pure divine energy that blinds anyone with bad intentions. The pressure inside their toxic bubble is reaching a critical mass, and the public collapse you have been waiting for is only moments away from happening right now. Do not move. And here is the verdict we promised at the beginning. That public collapse you were waiting for just happened. It did not happen in private, behind closed doors, but it happened in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. Their fake mask did not just slip a little bit, it completely shattered into a million tiny pieces. They thought they were in total control of the narrative. They walked into that room expecting the usual blind adoration from their loyal followers. But the atmosphere had completely shifted. The heavy weight of their own massive lies finally caught up to them, and in a single moment of pure panic, they lost their grip on reality. They malfunctioned. The flying monkeys watched in absolute horror as the real monster was finally exposed. They saw the frantic and empty eyes of a starving parasite. The fake charm vanished entirely, and it was quickly replaced by a desperate and screaming toddler trapped in an adult body. The illusion they built is permanently dead. Every time your name comes up in that room, it hits them with agonizing weight. Someone accidentally mentioned your glowing success and your beautiful new life, and that tiny spark ignited a massive powder keg of hidden toxic envy. They could not hold the darkness in anymore, so they exploded with bitter rage while everyone stared in total disgust. They frantically tried to twist the story to make you look like the bad guy again, but nobody believed their pathetic lies this time. The crowd saw the raw truth written all over their rapidly aging face. They saw the deep wrinkles of massive regret and the dark, hollow circles of a completely broken spirit, because the universe stripped away their protective disguise. You were not even in the room to defend yourself, but you did not have to be there because your absolute silence did all the heavy lifting for you. God defended your honor in front of the exact people who tried to completely bury your name. The universe slammed the heavy gavel down and declared you the ultimate victor. This is the exact divine vengeance heaven prepared for you. You won the war without lifting a single physical finger. They are currently drowning in the loud noise of their own massive mistakes. And the absolute worst part for them is knowing that you are completely untouchable now because you are operating on a totally different dimension. They realize they threw away a rare diamond just to play with cheap, worthless rocks. The exact people they chose over you are already turning their backs and betraying them. They are surrounded by fake friends and incredibly shallow connections. They desperately miss your pure empathy, but they can never have access to your light again. The door is sealed forever. While they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent ageless glow. Your cells are vibrating with massive and pure divine energy. The emotional alchemy I told you about at the beginning is finally complete. You took their incredibly toxic poison and transmuted it into the ultimate spiritual fuel to rebuild your entire physical body. You became a force of nature. This is the exact moment the dark cord is permanently cut. The heavy weight you carried for months is instantly dissolving into thin air right now. You can literally feel the massive chains breaking off your spirit as you listen to my voice. Your biological clock is rapidly resetting back to its pure and original divine blueprint, and the enemy cannot stop this beautiful transformation. They are painfully aware that they are the absolute loser in this dynamic. They played a very stupid game with a chosen one, and they lost absolutely everything. The fake empire they built is completely reduced to toxic ashes, and they have to live the rest of their miserable life, knowing they destroyed their only chance at real peace. Look at your own beautiful reflection today. The heavy trauma did not age you at all. It simply polished your spirit into a brilliant and totally unbreakable gem. The glowing health radiating from your skin is the visible proof of your massive and undeniable victory. The master manipulator absolutely cannot reach you anymore because your frequency is entirely too high for their pathetic games. You are safe. Heaven is making a massive public spectacle of their total failure. The court of divine justice has ruled entirely in your favor today. Your pure name is completely cleared in the spiritual realm. The foolish people who doubted you are now watching your massive rise with absolute awe and deep, terrible regret. You are the undeniable sun. Let the profound reality of this moment wash over your physical body right now. You survived the darkest valley of shadows, and you did not break. You walked straight through the blazing fire, and you did not even smell like smoke when you came out on the other side. The generational cycle of abuse is permanently broken. You are a completely free and sovereign entity today. Their entire existence is now a heavy cautionary tale for anyone who tries to mess with the anointed ones. The dark elite watched them fail and completely abandoned them. They are wandering the matrix as an empty ghost while you are building a beautiful new reality. Your vindication is absolute and completely undeniable. Enjoy your massive harvest. You walked into this season bleeding from wounds inflicted by people totally blind to your incredible worth. But look at you now. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology from a master manipulator. The heavy storm is completely over. The dark clouds are permanently clearing from your beautiful timeline today. The absolute peace you feel right now is not temporary. It is the eternal and divine reward for your pure obedience in the dark. Your quiet tears have watered a massive garden of spiritual miracles. You have completely transcended their highly toxic matrix. While they are publicly unraveling in total disgrace, you are firmly stepping into your permanent and untouchable, ageless glow. The heavy financial struggles are ending. The deep spiritual exhaustion is entirely shattering right here and right now. Step into your absolute and undeniable power. Breathe in the pure frequency of total freedom. The heavy physical weight has completely left your tired shoulders forever. Your brilliant light is finally unrestricted and totally unbound. The universe is wrapping a massive shield of divine protection around your physical body. No weapon formed against your pure spirit will ever prosper again. You are exactly where heaven desperately wants you to be. Your mind is incredibly sharp. Your heart is completely healed. And your beautiful soul is vibrating at the highest possible cosmic frequency. God has permanently evicted the loud parasite from your sacred energy field. You are completely safe from their dark and pathetic magic. Now listen to my voice very closely, because heaven requires one final and highly specific act of obedience. The ultimate verdict of explosive abundance has already been officially signed in the spiritual realm, but it requires a strong physical anchor on this earth to fully activate the incredible blessing. Your left brain will try to inject heavy doubt right now. The dark enemy will tell you to completely hesitate and to overthink this exact moment. Silence the enemy immediately. That terrible hesitation is the exact matrix programming carefully designed to keep you broke and utterly stagnant. The dark forces know that if you complete this sacred transaction, their access to your timeline is completely severed forever. They want you to close this video right now. They want you to go back to your entirely mundane routine. Do not let them win this final battle. Your cellular memory is highly activated, and your intuition is practically screaming the pure truth at you right now. Do not let the matrix steal your massive reward. If your spirit is vibrating with a deep cellular knowing right now, heaven absolutely demands your immediate action. God does not measure your immense faith by your private thoughts. He measures your pure faith by your rapid speed of obedience. The massive window of divine multiplication is standing wide open right now, but you must physically prove you are truly ready to receive the incoming harvest. Do not let the dark elite block your incredible quantum shift. Subscribe to this sanctuary right now. Do this so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. Hit the like button to physically lock this divine frequency into your permanent and beautiful reality. Share this specific message with another chosen one who desperately needs to hear this raw truth. Be their guiding angel today and help them completely escape the dark matrix. And if heaven is speaking directly to your bright spirit today, you must physically sow your seed of faith. Give a super thanks right now to firmly partner your pure finances with this powerful divine mandate. Do not let fear hold you back. This is a highly sacred energy exchange. Your incredible generosity literally triggers the massive financial harvest you have been patiently praying for. Sow your seed today and firmly command the universe to open the heavy floodgates. Watch heaven rapidly multiply your beautiful seed before the sun even rises tomorrow. The universe deeply rewards the bold and the highly obedient chosen ones. By physically anchoring your massive faith with a real financial seed, you are telling the spiritual realm that you are truly ready for massive wealth. You are claiming your right to total and absolute abundance. The long days of just surviving are permanently over. You are stepping into an era of massive overflow and complete financial dominance. You did not survive the brutal fire just to live an incredibly mediocre life. You were chosen for a highly specific mission that requires massive resources and total freedom. The universe is handing you the exact keys to the kingdom today. Do not walk away from this divine appointment empty-handed. The master manipulator is permanently defeated and completely humiliated. Your incredible ageless glow is completely and entirely secured by the divine court. The heavy generational curse of poverty and abuse is entirely broken in your bloodline. You are the ultimate cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. Step forward into your beautiful new reality and bravely rule your massive kingdom. You are absolutely and forever free.